Hi, this is Sam Rosen, and I'm here with Sam's Situation.
Good afternoon, and welcome into the corner. It's Chris's Corner here on Spreaker.com, a national sports affiliate.
Hello, and welcome to the Cameron Sadeghi Show.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of the Deep Sports Coffee. This is affiliated with National Sports.
Cameron Sadeghi, Chris Sylvester, Sam Rosen, Andrew Goldstein, Daniel Levy, and the entire broadcast crew with Commissioner Robert Dieters. You are live from National Sports Radio Station in Los Angeles, California.
Hello, everyone, and we are live, National Sports Year in Review. It's that time of year. You know, it's New Year's Eve, and, you know, I got I actually have four guests here. I got Carl Moglen, I got Jake Laker, a.k.a. Rookie. I got Noah Tsboro and Miles Walker here for the National Sports Year in Review. We will have more guys coming on as we go along, but guys, it's been a great year. I gotta say, summer, man, that was one of the best weeks of my life. I would say I made a lot of new friends. And, you know, me and Carl here are veterans. Carl, I know the first year. Let's go back to a year ago, Carl. I mean, we had a lot of fun with this, man. And, Carl, did you think this was going to grow at all?
I really didn't. I mean, at first it was just a couple shows on 1000mics.com. It was a really small thing. And I remember one of the first nights we did it, we got like 100 viewers. And everybody was shocked, but it was so exciting. So, I mean, national sports I didn't expect it to be anything, but it really has been a big part of my life the last couple of years.
And we've been advertising, we've expanded a lot more than we thought. And I remember the first decision we ever made was actually switching from 1000 mics to Spreaker.com. And Carl, I still remember, man, we argued about this. Levy wasn't happy, Nick Rice wasn't happy. Some guys were just not on board, and you know, Carl, I gotta ask you, what side were you on in that factor?
I don't even remember. The switch happened when I don't even think I was part of that switch, which means I didn't even have a decision, but I have liked Spreaker so far. Spreaker's been great for us, truly.
And, you know, we got the more storage space, but I mean, this storage space is, you know, we gotta keep on deleting the old shows, which isn't the funnest part of this job because, you know, we got the old shows, but you know, you listen back and you look at, you know, you say at your old show as well, I didn't sound very good. And now you sound a lot better now because, I mean, now you're a professional, you're a pro at this. And, you know, let's go with the new guys. Let's go with Jake Laker. We got his name wrong pretty much during that whole week. Jake, I mean, how'd you get your nickname after all?
Well, like you said, you pretty much got my name wrong the whole time. I can't remember who called me Rookie, but at one point I was called the Rookie. It might have been Chris. I was like, you know what, this is going to be a lot easier if you just call me Rookie. And that's how I named the show. It doesn't feel like being a rookie anymore. I think we just did our 22nd episode. But I'll stick with it until next year, and then I can become a sophomore, or whatever it will be. I've got a lot of time to think of a new name, but for now, I'm still Rookie, and I'll live with it.
Yeah, I remember Chris calling you. That was some good times. And, you know, I remember we started this, you know, I asked you and I asked Jordan, you guys weren't sure about it. You guys were a little shaky on it. I know the new guys were, you know, thinking about it. And, you know, it was hard, and I know Cameron really inspired you to come on, Jake. I mean, what did Cameron say to you?
Well, Cameron was just saying some stuff like, try it out. And I was thinking, there's nothing I'm really passionate about right now. Like, what would I even talk about? I have no idea what I'm doing here. I don't know anyone here. Cameron, I remember, met like 3 years earlier. And then the Greg Jennings story came up, and that was what I decided to run with. After Greg Jennings accused the Packers of brainwashing them to think that they're the best in the NFC North. So, I mean, Greg Jennings clearly didn't exactly help the Vikings much, but he certainly helped me. And
did actually help the Vikings. Jeez, Jake.
Really?
Dig on my team.
Did he help them make it to the playoffs? I don't think so.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly. So I guess Greg Jennings might have been the inspiration. I don't know, but it's definitely been a great year, but that's exactly how it started.
And, you know, I say this last year is probably our best because, I mean, we recruited so much people And, I give it off to Noah Taborda. I mean, he's done a lot already. He's made our own website. And he's done a lot of shows. I mean, Noah, you've done a lot. I mean, you've done World Cup predictions. You've done the Blake and Noah show, LA to Chicago. You've got Full Court Press. You got so much shows I can't even count for anymore. No, I gotta thank you, man. You came so involved, and I know you and Blake have been such good friends, and I know Chris really got you into it. I mean, who really inspired you to come on?
Well, it was everybody, you obviously, Blake helped a bit, Chris, and you guys were all so supportive. And when I'm coming from Chicago, I know nobody there, just like Jake, you didn't know many people, and, I really bonded with a lot of people, and it was really great. And for the website, I also have to thank Jake, because Jake helped out a lot, so thank you, Jake, also.
Oh, no problem. I'm still working on those playoff predictions for you. I still don't know how I feel about some of them yet.
As we, continued on, we're trying to grow more, and that website is helping us grow as, we can, because we need something to advertise with, because actually to advertise, you need the website, and that's what Noah and Jake did for us, and that was one part of, I know me and Cameron really make some good, make the decisions. Sometimes we don't make the best, but we do ask the group first about some of the decisions we do make, and, some of them won't be great, some of them won't be perfect, but at the end of the day, we usually do a majority decision. Now let's go to Miles. Miles, you come from the East Coast.
Mm-hmm.
Man, you come from a far-along place. And I remember you said that you were maybe just going to go to Boston or maybe New Jersey or something like that out there. And then you came from Florida that day, right, Miles?
Correct.
And you did come and... you were like, well, I didn't know what to expect at all. I actually didn't see you until, maybe Wednesday, because I know you were there. I know you came late. Didn't realize who you were at first, and remember me and Chris talked to you, and you weren't sure at first. I mean, it was you, Ian, Isaac, and I remember just going up to you guys and asked you guys if you wanted to join, and you guys weren't for sure about it, and then you guys come on, you guys have a good time, and Miles, New York, the Yankees are losing player after player.
You just gotta bring that up.
Yes, I do. You always gotta bring out the Cano story. Kevin Youkilis goes to, China or Japan, wherever he goes.
The Japanese team.
Oh, jeez. The Yankees couldn't afford him?
I don't even care about it anymore, man. I'm just happy we got Beltran. Just got Brian Roberts, I believe, also. Maybe we're gonna get the new Japanese player who just got cleared to in free agency. So I'm perfectly fine right now.
Well, Miles, who really inspired you to come on, and, how happy are you with coming on? I mean, I know you do your own East Coast show with Jeremy.
Mm-hmm. It was really interesting, actually, the first week I saw you guys. I think I came Tuesday. I was one day late because I had a doctor's appointment unexpectedly on Monday. And I came. I didn't really know what to expect. And then I guess we just started kind of bonding over that little football game we had that night. And then I was still kind of skeptical about everything because then you came to me and asked me if I maybe wanted to do the Spreaker thing. It's like, I don't know. And then as the week kind of got along, I got a little more comfortable. We were doing the shows every day. And I was like, hey, why not try to do it? So I would say probably, as good as I look cheesy, I'll probably say you're the one who kind of got me to be a little more into this. You're probably the reason why I'm doing these shows, and I thank you for that. I'm really thankful for that. Jeremy and I have really had a great time doing our own little show. And we can't wait for more. We haven't been able to do as many as we could because of planning and past commitments I've had to make regarding sports and schoolwork. But I can't wait for this next year. I'm going to be able to do a lot more shows, be able to do more shows with Jeremy. So yeah, it's definitely great so far.
And with this new year, I mean, Miles, I know that I bothered you about it so many times that you're like, give me a minute, I'll think about it. Tell me on the last day, and you give me the money, you say I'm in. That's great to hear, because, I mean, you're a good guy for the job. I mean, you're good for, especially with MLB, so that's why we have it. And we're going to get a caller soon from James Spray, who actually, I don't know if you know him, guys, but, I mean, this is what I kind of want to do next year. I want to kind of get everybody to know each other. I know there's different parts. I'm getting my friends on as we go, as we come along, because I got my friend James from my area, and I don't believe you guys know Steven Hughes. I know Carl does, but I don't know if anybody else does, but, let's go to Carl again, and actually, wait, let's go with James here really quick. He's actually on. Hey, James, how's it going?
Hey, Robert, how you doing?
I'm doing good, dude, and, You know, you do a sports gossip, and, you know, James, I'm glad that you're on it with me, especially you're one of my best friends here from Northern California, represented from Hayward. And, James, you know, if you had to say one of your big stories this year out of the sports gossip world, what would it be?
I would say it'd have to be the incognito story or the Lamar Odom, one of the two. But I would say it'd have to be the man, I don't know. Because I mean, Lamar Odom's a pretty big person too. But I mean, bullying the NFL was another thing. So I would probably have to say the incognito story.
That incognito story was huge. I mean, especially with everything that went on, all the drama with Jonathan Martin. I don't think those two are ever going to get jobs again, but we'll see what happens. And,
Yeah, definitely.
and James, you know, covering the Lamar Odom story, what was that biggest surprise to you?
I thought it was just a really big surprise because, I mean, you know, Shaq was always out. Like, he was mostly the social and funny one, and then Lamar Odom over here doing drugs, going in and out of rehabs and hiding. You know, it's just like, I don't get it. Like, how do you have Shaq and then have Lamar? I don't know.
And James, before you go, we just want to ask you one more thing. I mean, how much have you liked national sports, and when are we going to get that logo?
Well, you know, national sports definitely has got me out of my comfort zone. But you know, I'm slowly getting into it. Just trying to figure out my schedule right now with school and everything like that. But logo's coming along. I should have one by next week or the beginning of school, and it should be coming up.
All right, thanks, man. And I'll see you tonight, actually. We're going to have a good party.
Yeah, see you.
All right, and we actually have another caller on the line. We got Nick Rice, a veteran, of course. And Nick Rice, I mean, you've been a part of national sports since the beginning. How much has it grown?
Oh, it's grown exponentially, Robert. I mean, we're talking about a franchise that started go in the sports broadcasting camp, and things really just took off. I was surprised about how big this thing has become. We've come with the top radio broadcast teams on the entire Spreaker.com website, and all of semi-pro radio broadcasting. I mean, we've just been nothing short of a hit. We want to thank everyone who tunes in day in and day out to our broadcast. We definitely appreciate all the efforts of all the fine young men and women a part of our broadcast. And we're just a bunch of kids that want to do this for a living, and this is definitely a good start.
Man, you know, Nick, I remember bonding with you the year you came. You remember you and me were roommates, and Jason Gareline just left us. I remember he left us for, Brandon Byer, Jacob Seuss, and Levy, and you and me were sitting there, and you sent me, and you tell me these videos, and they were amazing, dude. I mean, I loved watching them. I was like, dude, you have such a great voice. I think you could be an NFL commentator. I still believe that today. I mean, especially you did St. John Bosco this year. A great season. I mean, a fantastic season. Their first state championship. How was that experience?
Well, for those of you that don't know, located this high school off of Bellflower, California, is St. John Bosco, and these Braves were nothing short of fantastic, back-to-back undefeated seasons. But last year they faced a loss in the playoffs. This year they went 16-0 and won the entire thing. St. John Bosco, national champions. Make sure to tune at the Spreaker as we hopefully will have next year. Bosco season if we don't get bigger and better things out of broadcasting for this coming season. Just make sure to tune in to high school sports. If you're looking at any sort of excitement, nothing's better than at the high school level. A bunch of kids that are doing nothing than working their hardest to provide and to just play a great game.
All right, Nick, and then we're going to ask you one question before you go here, but Nick, yeah, and I got to thank you, dude. You've done a lot for this thing, and I know that you and Chris did such a great job for St. John Bosco and bringing it to Spreaker.com and getting us a lot of fans, and I was happy about that. I'm glad you came. I'm glad you got to do that, and Nick Rice is out and gone, but, you know, it was good for him to do St. John Bosco, and, guys, I want to ask you this question. If we had to improve, Carr, I want to ask you this first. If we had to improve on one thing on national sports, what would it be?
I don't know exactly